You ever notice that some jobs, people just don't gamble on football? They bet on human stupidity. I'm talking about breakroom dares. Nobody bets on anything smart. No, I'll just give you money to ruin your entire afternoon. At this job many years ago, we would all eat breakfast and lunch together in the break room. And like every break room in America, you've got all your condiments sitting there on the table. You know, the normal stuff, your salt, your pepper, your ketchup, and some of that Texas Pete or Louisiana hot sauce. Well, this goofy kid sits there and goes, "That sauce ain't even hot." You can kind of hear the whole room kind of get quiet. And somebody says, "Oh yeah? Why don't you just drink some then?" All right, so that causes a whole debate, back and forth, back and forth. And finally, Ricky, an employee who's been there for a long time, says, "I bet you won't even drink it for money." And you know how it goes. Somebody grabs a hat and everybody starts throwing money in there. And finally the pot gets all the way up to $34. So the kid goes, I'll do it. So he takes the sauce, it's hard to, hot sauce is hard to get out of the bottle. So he gets the cup and finally gets all the hot sauce out, puts it in, gets the cup filled up, and takes a big old giant swig of it like he's trying to hit a big old shot of moonshine. Just whoosh, right down it goes. At first, he's acting all tough. He's got his $34 now. And somebody said about 10 minutes later, they heard him in the bathroom making all kind of animal noises. Now, I ain't talking, your normal bathroom suffering noises. I'm talking about National Geographic wounded buffalo sounds. Well, he had to go home early that day, surprisingly. Later on, he told me that he was popping Rolaids like a kid eating M&Ms. I never asked him about the bathroom situation. There's just some things you just don't really need to know about. Now, that story reminded me of something that happened way back in junior high. And you remember how it was back in junior high and stuff. There was about 5 or 6 of us that would always sit together. One of our friends, Jeff, is what you would call, experimentally stupid. He was always talking about trying illegal substances. Nobody really believed him. He was just talking BS to make himself look real cool. One day he says, "Yeah, man, I did that powder stuff. And nobody believed him. We didn't believe him. I think he finally really pissed one of us off because somebody said, "Hey, if you're so tough, snort this." And they poured out a long line of table salt. Say, would you do this for money? And like every dumb situation, somebody passes a hat around. In this case, I guess a lunchbox. Finally, they was all able to round up about $10. And for a junior high kid in the 80s, $10 is some serious freaking money. So Jeff leans down and hoovers up that entire line of table salt. He raises his head up, and for about a couple of seconds, he looks real proud of himself. Then all of a sudden, he just jumps up out of the seat, puts his hands on his head, starts hollering like a freaking banshee. It sounded weird. It reminded me of a wolf dying in the woods or something. It was awful. He says, "Oh my God." I think his nose even started bleeding a little bit. Like, well, I guess, Jeff, your nose ain't designed for seasoning now, is it? The teacher sent him home. As far as I know, he didn't have to go to the doctor or anything. But none of us got in any trouble. It's amazing. So I guess that was the world's first $10 salt drug intervention. So I guess looking back, if someone starts passing a hat to collect money for you to do something, it's probably not a good idea. So what kind of crazy dare you stories or bet stories do you have? Please post those in the comments and like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys again some other time. You have a great day.